Oh, they were green alligators and long-legged geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some rats and cats and elephants as sure as you're born, but the loveliest alligator of them all was Alligator Alley. I sang that on the night of the 1st of January this year, when Alligator Alley was the first horse to win 4 races for the bus, and tonight I'm singing he was the first horse, or he is the first horse, make history, wins 5. And it was his easiest victory. Broke cleanly from the stalls, and I said to myself, this looks where he was never before. He was always behind, and you were looking for traffic problems, and he won on the snaff. Very relaxed watching him in the last couple of furlongs rather than over and back and say, will he get out? What's the story? So, brilliant for Alligator Alley. Great old favourite of mine. The clock on the wall says 12:29 a.m. 29 minutes past midnight, burning the midnight oil. I was over with my neighbours. I haven't seen them in nearly 3 weeks. I was away, and then they were in Lourdes on a 7-day pilgrimage, and they only came back Tuesday, and I was away on the camper trip, so didn't cross paths. So I was over there for a couple of hours tonight, and had a rest in the afternoon. I got tired today, probably after all the driving. Batteries are recharged. A couple of hours study gone in a couple of times today, looking ahead to the weekend and that. Good finish to the month. It seems a long time since Galway was on, 31 days ago. It seems a lot longer. Decent enough month. We had decent price winners, and great finish with Alligator Alley. That Parlando drifted out to 10-1, finished third. That'll win a race for us. Gamba Veloce finished in the money. Given too much to do. A more experienced jockey would have him forced on a bit there, and challenge on the hill. Probably needs maybe an extra furlong, and maybe a bit softer, because when he did win and his maiden, he hosed up on soft ground. But anyway, took a few pound off them today, which is the main thing. Tomorrow there is a tricky enough all day. We'll have a few narrowed down. No, I think there's a stay-in race there at Ffos last, and there's a few 3-year-olds in it with a bit of form, and I thought Berkshire Sundance might put it up to the favourite. It's a 7-2 shot. If you look at it, it's 3 maiden runs, got a handicap rating of 67, ran in Kempton 2 miles, was up at the pace all the way. Here we see him in the red and white colours on the outside. To the decent enough handicap.
Then Fox Vision and Smart Champion. 2.5 furlongs to go, and Pons Alias still has the lead. Pons Alias by about a length and a half. Divya tries to attack towards the inside. Sea Stone went for the cutaway, had the rail. Down the wide outside, Fox Vision begins to roll. It's Sea Stone against the rail. Pons Alias between rivals. On the near side, it's Fox Vision. These 3 in line. A half furlong to run. Sea Stone has a lead of 2 lengths now, and the nightcap goes the way of Sea Stone. Fox Vision in second. It was close.
He looked like he was going to finish 5th there at one stage, first time in a handicap, and he rallied well enough, I thought, to finish 3rd. Sea Stone has went in again since, won in the last few days. Back at 2 mile on good to soft ground. I think that could be competitive enough tomorrow. 7-2 with the green bookie. It opened at 5-2 with 365 early, has drifted a little. Easter Icon is a reliable enough old yardstick. Tis Fandango is a horse that we backed a couple of times before, but finished second a couple of times. And I just thought the 3-year-old, it's getting £11 weight allowance, isn't it? Yeah, if it was an all aged, it would be 10 stone 3, 8 and 3, £11. Yeah, that could make the difference. There's a race in it in Salisbury. The Dead 8 is in it. There's a horse, a 3-year-old as well, isn't it? Yes, I'm too tired. That was like me today. I had to lie down a couple of times. I thought it ran his best race the last time but the ground probably was too soft for it. But it stayed on well in Ffos as well.
Driven along.
It's second from the left in the Claire Rooney colours.
On the outside and weakening away his grand style. The leader is Lunanera, only just. Obama Army being brought with a smooth challenge over on the far side. The Way to the Stars is back in third with Eton College plugging on. I'm Too Tired is next. Obama Army has taken over with the lead. Half a furlong left to go. Obama Army, Lunanera battling back. Here's Eton College with a late thrust on the outside and got there. Eton College, there's no stopping. Sappy Osborne at the moment has beaten both Obama up.
Finished well enough there. Salisbury. The Dead 8 hopefully will line up and it'll be an each way play as it was 6-1 earlier. 11-2, 9-2. Let's see, where are we going to? There's two. If the I'm one race at or Salisbury there. One says good to Ferrum, and the other says good to soft. Now I don't know what that's about. If the ground was good to Ferrum, Lady Percival. But I can't understand there the two different goings at the same track. But this has been pulled out a couple of times on account of soft ground. It needs good to Ferrum. As you can see, it won twice in Wolverhampton over 1-6. It had a decent enough run the last time as first run of the year on the 18th of August. Only back that if it's good to Ferrum. If it's good to soft, it's not near as good on it. Similarly, in a race at Thirsk, there's a horse that if it's good to Ferrum, it has a right each way chance, is Ingra Tor. This was pulled out a couple of times as well on soft ground. It needs good to Ferrum, so I'm not sure of the weather conditions, and I forgot to look there. But that run in Kimpton behind Prop Forward and Dubai Station, as you can see, when it ran on soft ground in Newmarket last year, it was beaten 7.5 lengths. Good run behind Mum's Tipple, Luke de Vega, but it needs good to Ferrum. I'll see what price it is. They're provisional bets on the good to Ferrum ground. Oh God, it's gone favourite. That was a bigger price earlier. Buick is on it. Let's see. It's interesting that Emmett Mullins sends over Malbay Madness to run tomorrow in a 2 miles 2 listed hurdle race and brings over Mikey O'Sullivan to ride it. That one in Galway over 8.5 furlongs. It has ran at mile 5 in Down Royal, which is behind Tower of London. That was in that good cup race. We were on Tower of London that day. Ulster Derby. It's up against two horses that has won its races. Light Wave has won twice and the other one has won first time out. If the 9 declared run, Malbay Madness, probably maybe an each way bet or keep a watch and brief on it. There's 2 for jumps fans. Some of the people I met down in Killarney were saying they like the jumps rather than the flat. So we're trying to keep everyone sweet. There's a 3 mile race there. An old buddy of mine there that, remember the first night ever I tipped horses was on Facebook. I chipped up Jeff Kidder at 80-1. but he's not near as good now. I backed Tullybeg when it won in the Connacht National beyond in Ballinrobe, but back to hurdles. Whiskey Sour is a top rate at 143. The last time it ran at 3 miles was in Galway over hurdles. The last time it ran over hurdles was in Galway. It was going well enough that day, 3 out when it capsized. It got hampered, if I remember correctly. What beat Derver Star? That was a good run there in Cork on good ground. Hasn't ran, as I said, since last year over hurdles, but had a good run in the handicap on the flat in Galway. That is a one I picked out for Down Royal. Whiskey Sour. Jeff Kidder is favourite, but it hasn't ran the distance before. There is money for Tullybeg because it was 11-2 earlier. Will we just update that? Oh, I said 11-2 is 365. In Wexford, there's a nice little chase tomorrow. I thought Uncle Zebo was impressive first time out over the fences.
Cardamom Hill, Pearl
That's
of the
him on
West,
the inside there in
Tempo
the
Chapter 2.
black and red.
Tucson Train,
blue
who was
and
up
red.
there for much of the early part of the race, has dropped towards the tail now in company with Tony's Pet. Across they come to the final half mile. They've got 3 fences left to jump in this Kilbeggan Racecourse Beginners Chase, all to play for still. Hope they bland the leader. To Lucky Zebo now shows second. Cardamom Hill jumping up well in the centre. Wide of these is Buddy O'Brien, and then a couple of lengths to the ridden along Pearl of the West and Tempo Chapter 2. 2 fences left to take. Hope they bland booted into that one and jumped it well. Lucky Zebo gives chase in second, but has about 3 lengths to find. Now under pressure is Cardamom Hill as Buddy O'Brien tries to stay on with Tempo Chapter 2, but Hope they bland remains the one to catch. Keeping out wide, Lucky Zebo down now moving through on the inside to dispute, and Lucky Zebo hits the front now for Rachel Blackmore off the final turn from Hope they bland, and these two are well clear of the rallying Pearl of the West. Coming then to the final fence, Lucky Zebo out in front and safely over with a growing advantage now of about 6 lengths. Coming through to press for the second is Pearl of the West. Hope they bland can find no more. Lucky Zebo is going to make the journey well worthwhile for Rachel and complete a good evening for Henry de Pro.
Very professional, I thought, that first time out over the jumps. Even though it was only rated 103 over hurdles, it looks to be, she was very confident the whole way around. Uncle Phil is won the last time out as well for Willie Mullins. But I just thought that Lucky Zebo, Evernock Fizz will probably make the run, and you know, it's rated 134. Ran the other day, ran well enough. Second, that was in Ballinrobe, wasn't it? But IA Connect has no DOS either. But Uncle Zebo would be a selection. Anyway, it's 1:45 now, so it's time to get this into the oven. I'll probably be back on Friday night with Saturdays. I'll get a chance. I'm going to spend another half an hour now, and then I'll do it in the morning again. So bash the bookies, over and out. Oh, shout out to Dara Reardon, Nike Shoe and Smart Ply, newcomers on the bus. Bash the bookies, over and out. Keep her country.